Today, we're going to talk about every single pistol inside of Counter-Strike 2 and how you should be using it. We're going to make this a series, so make sure you guys support this video. And I'm going to teach you how to use every single gun inside of the game, starting from the pistols. So without further ado, first I need to give you a message on how to get some crazy good looking skins for these pistols inside of Counter-Strike 2. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the Glock here. Now how should we use the Glock? This is your starter pistol for the T side. It's going to cost you $0 and you're going to spawn in with it every single time. So with the Glock, if you've watched videos in the past, you're going to know what you should be doing with this. You need to be active. With the Glock, you need to be jumping around, drawing crosshairs off, and on pistol rounds, it can be actually such an effective gun, but you have to be able to get close range. At very close range, you're going to be able to one-shot the opponent. So if you get up in their face, boom, one shot, right? Boom, one shot, boom, one shot. If you're taking extremely long-range fights, you're going to have to headshot your opponent and hit them a few more times to actually kill them. So definitely don't take long-range fights when possible. Now with this gun, since it costs nothing, it's going to be pretty useless outside of pistol round because it does barely any armor penetration. So like I said, your accuracy is going to have to be high on this gun, and you got to take advantage when people don't have head armor. So jump around, be active, pull the crosshairs off, and if you want to use the sports mode, go ahead and right click your mouse. And bursting can be pretty effective when you want to pre-fire somebody around the corner, but don't use it too much. Only use bursting at close range fights. Those are kind of the ways you want to use the Glock. Now let's go ahead and move on to the P250. Now this is actually a very effective gun to use on T side, as it's going to rip through the opponents, and when they don't have head armor, it's so effective at one-shotting them on pistol round. Take long range fights with this gun on pistol round, and then when the other team has a buy and you're on eco, this is your best friend because it costs $300 and it's gonna be so much better than using the Glock, right? On both CT side and T side, it's so effective. One of my favorite things to do on CT side is to get boosted or jump up here, making the skill jump into positions where you can get close range with this gun, because we're going to actually use the opposite. When they fight into us, we're going to spam it and try to kill them, right? We're going to try to spam it and take their weapon, and now we have a gun. This is going to be your best friend on eco rounds, and so definitely get good with this. At long range, be very controlled with it. Tap, 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 but when close range, just spam that thing like it's a Glock. It's a very simple gun to use. Dualies, we're going to talk about these in regards to using them on CT side. So with the dual Berettas, the way you want to use these is spam as fast as you possibly can. When you have these, it's all about clicking fast. You have 30 bullets and they absolutely melt through people on pistol round. You're going to want to aim for the head just like every other pistol, but headshots are prioritized because you can one-shot them in the head if you're close enough with it, and it kind of takes a lot of shots to go through armor. So with these, you want to play close range angles. You don't really want to play long range fights, although they can work long range, but it's just not optimal. As you can see, kind of the bullet accuracy is bad too. So definitely play close range angles like ladder room, connector, under palace here. Make people run into you and then surprise them with the you know, how fast you're shooting. I'd say outside of pistol round, you're more better off getting a P250 if you have to take an eco. Just because of the P250's ability to chew through armor a lot better. But the dual Berettas are the most overpowered weapon on pistol round by far. They are so good, so having these on pistol is sick. Now, speaking of a very overpowered weapon, the Tech 9 is so good. I wouldn't recommend getting it on pistol round. It's just not worth the investment. But if your team has to eco, or if you're an opper, the Tech 9 is going to be your best friend. This weapon is so good at running and gunning, and you can sit there and, you know, tap people down with it, but the whole name of the game is just get close range. Get close range and start spamming it at people, right? You want to spam this gun down and take advantage of the movement speed you can do with it, and essentially you shouldn't be letting go of W when you're using this. W key them, W key, run at them, make their life difficult. And again, the whole goal of this weapon is to pick up another gun on the ground from the person you killed, and now you have a rifle. If you're an opper, it's so good because it can help you in the close range situations. It's very fast to pull out. and you know you can pivot between taking long range fights and you know using your op. So when people are rushing you down, you shoot them, and then when you have to take long fights, well, the op back out. It's so good, so effective. The Tech 9 is by far like one of the most overpowered pistols in the game. This gun is insane. And bro, look at what we just did. We no way we just flipped that on its bro. What is that? Okay, sorry. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's your sign to subscribe to my channel, guys. The next gun we're going to talk about is the Deagle. This gun is so effective on both CT and T side. And the way you want to play the Deagle is you want to use it like a pocket op. You want to play long range fights where you can pick people as they're coming out of these long choke points. And the beauty of this gun is, like, say your opponents have Mac 10s or something and they're running out ramp, you actually have the advantage. Like when they're running out ramp with a Mac 10 or something, you actually have the advantage with this gun, and you're gonna do more damage than they are with it. So use this gun like it's a sniper. But if people get close range on you, that's where you can spam it at them, right? If you're ever going to spam at long range, I gave you a tip on how to do that, so definitely check out my past videos on tips for noobs inside of this game, because you can learn how to use the Deagle more effectively. But you're just going to play long range positions with this. And again, your whole goal is to pick up a gun eventually, but always go for the headshots with the Deagle. Always. It's a one-shot kill to the head, so always go for the headshots. And it's really good to crouch with this gun because you're extremely accurate, and you can shoot it relatively fast too. So yeah, long range fights, and just predict where the opponent's going to be with headshot angle, and it's so sick. I love playing behind like boxes with this gun, anywhere where you can be like on a headshot angle and help line up the shot better. It's so good. But yeah, use like an op, don't be exposed. With all these guns, try your best to not like be an open area, but really just pivot around with this gun. The more you can pivot and change the angle that people are fighting you, the better. Some of these pistols, like the Tech 9, you want to try to run people down and do this kind of thing. The Deagle is not like that. Its movement accuracy is awful. Running around with the Deagle is not accurate at all, so definitely don't use this pistol like that. You'll get lucky sometimes, but it's just not worth it to use it like that. So let's go ahead and switch over to the CT side now. Okay, on the CT side, we have the USP, and I'm also just going to lump the P2K in here. I'll briefly talk about it, but I don't feel like switching it off. The USP is an extremely tactical weapon, and on pistol round, you're going to want to take long range fights with it, right? So mid-window is great, and your whole goal is to pepper away at the other team. So as they're running in with their exec, you just want to try to take these little pot shots and take long range fights similar to the Deagle. Because on pistol round, you're going to be facing off against Glocks, so it's really important that you can do this. Whenever you're using the USP, it's always good to be behind cover so that, you know, you can take a few shots and then change your angle and keep backing up, because the Glocks want to get close and you want to keep that distance. So very good to keep long range fights. It's also a very sneaky weapon. So if you ever want to have like someone boosted balk with it, it's so good because you could jump spot, and even on an eco round when they have guns, you can have a teammate distract then and like throw a smoke down here, and they want to get that guy so bad, and then they're running past you, and as they're planting the bomb, you like pick this guy, kill him, and you know, kill people, and they're like, bro, where are we getting shot from? Is he in the smoke? Is he somewhere? And by the time they realize, you already killed them all. Like definitely a very weak pistol outside of pistol round, but the element of surprise makes it a lot easier to get kills than with the Glock. The Glock is loud, the USP is very quiet. With the P2K, the only strength I see to that is the ammo and the ability to just spam smokes. The good thing about spamming smokes with the USP though is they're not going to hear it, like I said. But the P2K, you got to be a lot more loud and proud with it. Just be careful with the USP because your silencer does stick out pretty far for a pistol, so people are going to be able to see that if you're not playing angles properly. Moving on, let's talk about the 5.7 first. So the 5.7 is so effective, and again, I use it like the P250 is in the way I want to get close range fights with this thing. The 5.7 is like the CT side Tech 9, but you want to kind of be more stationary and make people come into you, and then snap them down. A really good angle is in ladder room, or if you're close in underpass, and if you're close enough, you get a one-shot headshot with a pistol. Always aim for the head with this gun, and then when you start spamming, pull down a little bit. Again, close range fights, your best friend with this. Essentially, it's just an upgraded P250, and it's extremely strong. So definitely a noob-friendly weapon as well. Not hard at all to learn, and you're gonna find a lot of success using this thing. So one of the strongest CT side pistols. Let's go ahead and talk about the CZ now. I think this gun kind of sucks, but my teammates and other people kind of enjoy it. Again, you're kind of going to want to use it like the 5.7 or even dualies again, where you need close range fights. So like if you can get here in apps, it's really good. The beauty of this thing is it's fully automatic. You see how it shoots? It's a wild spray pattern, but it's essentially a pocket SMG with 12 bullets. Now you go through these 12 bullets extremely fast, so you need to be able to play angles where you can shoot, reload, and then reposition. Now the bad thing about this gun is you only have 24 bullets total, so the whole point of it is to get kills and then steal the weapon of the players you're doing, or just trying to get as many kills before you die. Again, aim for headshots with this. A really effective thing to do with it is to burst. So do like burst of 3, very effective. Instead of, never really try to pull down full, it's not worth it. Do burst of like 3 to 5 bullets. Boom, very effective when you use it like this. 3 to 5 bullets, 3 to 5 bullets, easy. And you're gonna find success with it. Now let's talk about the last gun. And as we do this, guys, make sure you check out my twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS. The R8 is just very bad. Don't use this gun. Like, ultimately, I know that some people in the comments are gonna be like, but the R8 is so good, I like it over the Deagle. Cool. The gun's not practical. If you're actually a high level player, this gun is not effective at all. And the fact that you have to hold it and wind it up for it to shoot, it's just so ineffective. You might as well just have a Deagle, and as people are peeking you, boom, dead, boom, dead, boom, dead. Versus the R8, you have to wind it up. Not good. I get you can play close range with it and spam it like this, but look, it's just so inaccurate. It's not worth it at all. Don't use this gun. Definitely equip the Deagle instead of it. But my tip with this is to just put it on the sidelines. You don't need to use the R8. Get that thing out of here. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If this was a helpful guide for you, I would love if you supported it. If this gets enough likes, we're going to do that mid-tier next. I'm going to teach you how to use every single mid-tier weapon, and you know, maybe one day we'll actually do the utility as well. I think that might be helpful. So appreciate all of you guys. I've kept you long enough. You guys keep grinding, keep taking care, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.